up in this mud, so we about to see the police find dead mother and daughter.
You open that?
She fit in here.
I mean, she's in there. Oh, she's in there.
Was the body cut up?
Police department. Police department. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah.
Are you Patricia?
No, I'm her daughter.
This is 50-year-old Carol Ray. She lives with her mother, Patricia, and her 3-year-old daughter.
Is Patricia here?
No, she's not here. No, she's a sister.
Okay, I'm just asking because someone was worried they didn't know where she was
My
at.
son John. And him and her are having a little bit of a tiff because he owes her quite a bit of money. And he's been trying to call her for 24 hours now. And I gave her the message yesterday.
This made sense to the cops. Carol's mother, Patricia, didn't want to deal with her greedy grandson and decided to move out and ignore him. Or at least that's what Carol claimed, because at this point, police are completely unaware of the horrifying secrets that lie just feet away from them inside the house. And over the course of the next few days, this simple missing persons report would turn into hands down the most gruesome and disturbing case that they had ever worked on.
And then I get a text message from Carol's mom, but it doesn't read like Carol's mom.
My grandma just texted me again.
Okay.
Sent them cops to my house again. My grandma's not at the house.
It's clear that you're not telling us the truth. Where is she at, Carol?
Following the interaction with Carol the previous night, John would call the police again, slowly becoming more concerned that something had happened to Patricia. So at 11 a.m. on January 22nd, officers would arrive at Carol's house for a second time with the intent to find a conclusive answer to John's worries.
Grandma's Patricia. Mom is Carol. Hi. Are you Carol?
Yes.
Is Patricia here?
No, she's not. She's getting her B12 shot or something like that with Dr. Positive.
It's not written down anywhere in here?
Maybe on, no, she writes it down on with Dr. T on the old calendar.
This little girl.
This is my daughter, Allison, her granddaughter.
Hi.
Oh, okay.
Does she live here with you?
Yeah, we live together.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
Or your
My
mom?
mother.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's been staying over at her sister's house for a couple of days because he just got diagnosed with pneumonia and got home from the hospital. I had a diverticulitis that ruptured.
Okay.
So
She's back here though, staying here primarily now?
clothes. I mean, all of her clothes and everything are here. She came by yesterday, and she was here not last night, but night before last, and she was here yesterday
She lying. She can't even
until
hear
about 5
her
p.m.
lies
to pick
straight.
up her medications and a fresh change of clothes and stuff
She
like
got
that.
she got to answer for
The only reason
everything.
we're here is because your children are concerned about your grandma.
My son John, yeah, he sent you guys over last night, which I contacted my mother about that she had a fit, and I was going to go down to the police department today about it. Well, there's a little bit of a financial money issue between my mother and my oldest son John.
Okay.
And he borrows loan from her, does a repayment. He's got a truck in the backyard she bought him, a car in the garage that she bought him that she took back because he didn't pay the insurance on it. So my mom is a very finicky woman, so she got pissy about that. Now, call him when I goddamn ready to call him. I got things to take care of.
Right.
Okay. My mom.
How old's your mom?
I said she's 69 this year.
Based on Carol's story, Patricia is back living at her house and is currently at the doctor's office getting a monthly shot. Everything lines up. Patricia temporarily stopped communicating with John due to a financial dispute. However, John, being a caring grandchild, got worried something more sinister was at play. It seems like it was just miscommunication. However, officers decide to get all of Patricia's information and check her room just to ensure nothing's off.
All right.
Where's her room?
It's right back here.
Can we just look at it?
Yeah, if you want to see where her clothes are and everything.
Cats, no man.
I'm sorry, baby. You want to show them where Grandma B's room is? Her room is the last one on the right. Allison's is the first one on the left here. Yep, we would let Natalie sleep in this bedroom since Grandma B spent the night already, so that she can have her stuff on. All my mom's stuff.
And all her clothes are in there.
All my mom's stuff is right there. There's clothes that she just lost.
Okay. All right.
Attention. If you've been considering going back and getting your high school diploma, then stay tuned because this may be one.
Hey, we're good. We get the call, you know, and then there's one side of the story and then there's the other. So if he's got everyone worked out, like he might call, someone else might call, and you don't want us showing up here a million times. So we want to just see her in person. Hey, you're fine. That's all we need to do. Okay? Alrighty.
Bro, look at her
You're welcome.
face. You see her face? Look at her face, bro. Look at her face, bro. She ain't slept all night. She cold. Look at her.
A million times.
Look at her face, bro. Guilty. Look at her.
So
look at her face.
we want to just see her in person. Hey, you're fine. That's all we
Lying.
need to do.
Look at her.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright.
She know her mom is dead. Look at her, bro.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
Have a good day.
The officers have one simple task to wrap this case up.
Oh my
Simply
God,
confirm
bro.
Patricia is okay with their own eyes. To do this, Officer Pelt decides to call the doctor's office where Patricia is apparently being treated. However, the call doesn't go as planned.
Hi, this is Casey from Woods Cardiology. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Officer Pelt with the Roseville Police Department. I'm just calling because I believe you have a patient in your office by the name of Patricia Bennett. And she has some family members that are concerned about her and are trying to just make sure she's there.
Nope. She's not here. They might have got the date mixed up. Her appointment is February the 13th. But I'm gonna go ahead and ask a couple of my colleagues just to make sure, like, did she come here or anything like that?
Is she planning on coming there?
Nope. She's not supposed to be in today. Nobody's seen, like, she hasn't come in yet or anything like that. But we can watch out and contact you.
Suddenly, things are starting to misalign. John insists that he thinks Patricia is missing, and now the only person living with her is lying about her current location. Something is definitely not adding up, so officers decide to speak to John again to further investigate the strange situation.
I just don't get why my grandma would make a Facebook post saying she's at home. You guys show up and she's not there.
And that was literally
that's
2
not
minutes
suspicious.
ago. As soon as you pulled away, she texted my dad that.
There may be other circumstances that we're not aware of, or the family's not aware of.
I'm hoping I just have a pissed off.
So what your expectation is that this woman here who's your mother,
Yeah.
is hiding your grandmother from you?
Yeah,
For what reason?
for a month.
She's trying to take the money from her that you think is entitled to you?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
You know?
Your grandmother, what?
Our grandma raised us.
Raised you, okay. Okay.
So
Dang right.
generally, yes, I'm really concerned.
Our mom's been in and out of our
where
life.
she's at.
Right, okay.
Our mom was never in our life.
And I just don't want my grandma to be passed away and she's collecting, or hopefully she's just hiding her because she's sick and my grandma doesn't want to know. I'd rather have a pissed off grandma than a missing or dead.
Well, if she's dead, then, I mean, if she's got a body hiding somewhere or has done away with her, I mean, and then trying to collect Social Security or whatever she received.
Bro, I guarantee you, because I see a lot of these videos, I guarantee you she still got the body in her house. That's just how sick she is. You got your dead mother in your house, bro. That's some scary shit, bro. That's some scary shit, bro. I don't know. That's some scary ass shit.
I mean, it takes some effort.
My grandma has fraudulent
Has police reports on her.
Yeah, police reports on her.
When was it? When,
A couple of years ago.
Yeah,
a couple years ago?
back.
Okay. And what happened to those charges?
I think my grandma decided to not pursue them
Okay.
fully, to have like to lock her up because that's her daughter. But
I'm not trying to get her in trouble, but why would you keep lying? But so that's why I'm thinking that nothing's adding up. My grandma just texted me again.
Okay.
And doing
So,
cops to my house again. My grandma's not at the house.
What?
John's claims are frankly terrifying. Not only does he suspect his mother of stealing from Patricia and using her money, but he thinks she may have even murdered her. Accusing your own mother of committing such a terrible act is something officers...
You gotta be an idiot. First of all, why would you text knowing the cops just left your shit, bro? The cops just left your house. And they get a text message, bro, they going right back. Now you busted. I would have skipped town right now. I done did it. I might have skip town, do something. I'm not about
Officers
to stay
need
there.
to take seriously. However, there's no evidence to suggest that Carol had even harmed Patricia, let alone killed her, so these claims feel drastic, unfounded, and premature. Officer Jarabek seems to have felt these claims were over the top as well, so he would lead John to the station to file a missing persons report. Additionally, he wants to learn about John's history with Carol, and why he thinks she may have killed Patricia. Alongside John would be Carol's ex-husband TJ, who claimed to have important information that could help solve the case.
Just gonna record you and I. All right. So when did you physically last see your grandmother eye to eye?
Probably after Halloween, beginning of November, before I went to North Carolina. I came back from North Carolina Thanksgiving, so didn't see her. Went there on Christmas, didn't see her. I've been calling her and asking her to call me. I need to hear your voice, or have my mom have you call me. I need to hear your voice, or I'm gonna do a welfare check. I threatened that a couple weeks ago.
You don't smell
All right,
dead
yesterday
body. You
I
don't
just cracked
smell
and finally
funny.
called her.
Dead
And now
body
you haven't
smell.
had any voice contact with her since.
I ain't trying to be like that, bro. White people that they have to bury immediately. They bury immediately for some reason. I don't know. Us take about 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm being exaggerative, but you know it take us a long time to bury our loved ones. Like, you know, we have the setting up. They be at the setting up, chilling with us. You know what I'm saying? But I know that body's just stinking. Like, they got a basement, they got a garage. What they got? Cause she in the house. I guarantee you, she in the house.
Thanksgiving texting me off her phone or off her Facebook. I know it's not her, just because the words they use. It's not how my grandma talks.
When was the last time you saw Carol?
Last time I saw Carol, period.
Not Carol, Patricia.
Oh, okay. I'm like every time I drop my daughter.
yeah. We're like Patricia.
Patricia.
Contact with
Her
Patricia.
mom.
Yes.
Yeah, it was around.
EVE Online is a
Halloween time. I did receive one text message the other day stating that she was sorry for holding up Carol. Carol and my daughter were supposed to hang out because it was my birthday this weekend. Again, around 6 o'clock, I started texting her. I'm like, what's going on? You know, it's my birthday. We're supposed to be celebrating it and blah, blah, blah.
You, Carol, and Allison are supposed to be celebrating on Sunday, your birthday.
Right, and then I get a text message from Carol's mom, but it doesn't read like Carol's mom, but it says, sorry, I'm holding her up, signing over the cars and giving her title to house and insurance stuff so she can get that stuff fined Monday. It gets kind of, when Carol types, a lot of times it comes up kind of misspelled. It's because she don't wear her glasses and stuff like that.
The only contact that you've had with her was from
a random message, and she said that she was with my aunt. So I did some research. I went there today and spoke with my aunt. She hasn't spoken with my grandma since 2015.
Remember how Carol said that Patricia moved over to live at her sister's house?
Is Patricia here?
No, she's not here. No, she's with her sister.
John visited that house, and Patricia's sister claimed that she hasn't seen Patricia in over 5 years.
And she was messaging me today while we were there with the cops, saying that she was home, and messaging my dad that she was home when we know she wasn't there because the cops were there. My dad screenshotted them all and sent me those messages.
Okay, can you email those to me?
One thing I do know, and I mean, in this type of situation, I would hope it's more true than it is the other, is I've known Carol since I've been 20. I mean, like, boldface, like, you can show her, like, here's a picture of you, and I have. Here's a picture of you doing this, and that. It's not me. I mean, so she's always been a chronic liar, especially when she's off her meds.
What the fuck is he laughing at?
Because she does take lots of medicines, longer than I have. If we were together. I mean, I'm sure you can get her list of medicines that she was taking, but I guess she lost her therapist, so she has not had medicine for the last couple months. And when that happens, things get kind of wonky with her.
Any other conversations?
Or then calling the house phone, social media, off of like Messenger, calling her that way, texting her, nothing. And then on 12th of January, my mom texted me off her phone saying, Grandma B is sleeping, getting over pneumonia here. I was like, have her call me. I need to hear her voice. She never does this. She always calls me. And there was no response.
These interviews help clarify why John would go as far as saying Carol had killed Patricia. She's been lying to them for months, nobody's been able to see or speak to Patricia, and she happens to have a decent surplus of cash that the family has been pulling from. And remember, on top of all of that, Carol lied to police about Patricia's whereabouts at the doctor's office. The evidence makes it abundantly clear that Carol's not telling the truth and trying to hide something, and it's likely something horrifying. So police...
Bro, she lied about the doctor's appointment. She lied about where she lived. She lied to the son-in-law about them spending time with the daughter. Pretending, texting. Bro, you a creep. You pretending to be your grandma and she dead, and be your mom and she... That's some sick shit, bro.
to try and visit her house a third and final time, but this time, they aren't leaving without answers.
Hello.
Hi again. Hi. Is she here now?
No, she's up at the Liver Cancer Institute getting her B12 shot.
I'm sorry, I
But
don't mean to be
every
breaking
time
with you,
she
but
comes to the house, she's
where is
not
she
there.
at?
We're just getting conflicting information, that's why.
The doctor's office that you told us she went to, she's not there.
With cardiovascular is where she goes. Dr. Tapazzi is who treats her leukocytic white blood cell cancer.
Bro,
Not
she
the white
got
blood cell
every-
cancer.
Right, 'cause you said she was at Woods Cardiovascular.
Because she has a lot of doctors.
What's your daughter's name?
It's Allison.
Addison.
Allison.
Allison.
You should just get conflicting information from.
That's a nice balloon.
Well, it's because I
see it? Thank you.
I can't keep all of it. Woods Cardiovascular is where she's been treated.
Yeah?
So
Is where she's been treated for a long time with Dr.
And how did she get there?
You gonna be playing on my
How did she
back
get there?
down on your hill.
Her sister drives her,
Her
or
sis-
I drive her.
You didn't drive her today, so today,
And sometimes her neighbor across the street.
how did she get there today, though?
I believe her sister.
Her sister.
Yes.
The sister that lives in Warren?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't have your sister's number.
I don't talk with my aunt or my uncle.
Well, last night,
She's okay.
She stayed over there.
when
She
the
was-
officer came here, she did not speak directly to her.
No, she spoke to me. Okay. Because she was at my aunt. She was here right before last.
Is that your phone?
She was here. Yes, that's the one I just gave you.
Listen, we just want to know where this lady
I
is.
understand, but you guys are upsetting my daughter and you're upsetting me.
I'm not upset.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Because you don't hear what she says when she leaves. I just went through a really bad domestic violence divorce situation and CPS up my butt for the past 2
We're not,
this
yeah,
year.
but that's not what we're here for. We're here to find out if your mom's okay. We got a bunch of people who are concerned about her, and no one seems to know where she
my
is.
son's father, my son, and his
Bruh,
brother.
everybody
she's
got
his
her
brother
but
on high
her.
alert now, which his brother's wife was just here yesterday morning while my mom was laying on the couch to pick up $200 to do her tabs for the car, for my
Right.
son's car.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I can show you a picture of my daughter and my mom.
She's
sitting on the
sending
couch.
messages telling everyone she's here.
She's currently here.
No, she's coming back here because she just called.
She just called. Why don't you call her right now? While we're here.
And she's on her way, then shortly we'll be able to resolve this.
Yo,
Can you turn back onto her?
Yeah.
You can see
That's
that I'm
fine.
actually.
you know how somebody be like, hey, I can't put my phone. Somebody calling the person that's still like, yeah, I help you find out. Call it. That's her.
Oh.
You want to put on speakerphone? Will she answer you?
I don't know. She went up there to get her B12 shot.
Bro, I will.
Notice the drastic change in Carol's demeanor when she was directly asked to call Patricia. She's no longer deflecting, but rather soft-spoken and deliberate with her choice of words. Pay attention to Carol's body language as she's asked more of these direct questions.
Right now.
It's Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, your DSCC chair, and I need your help immediately.
Is that Joe
Democrats
Biden?
and independents across.
I know she's supposed to be calling John because John's the one that started this like 3-4 nights ago, threatening to call if she didn't talk to him. Yeah, if she didn't talk to him by noon the next day. I had her call before she went to Sam's Club. It was
Is
like
it possible that-
11:45, 11:50.
Is it possible then that she could just speak to John directly?
Yeah.
Well, then why hasn't she?
Like face to face, so that they're at ease.
And she's not answering.
We're sending messages to
Do
each
you
other.
want to call her again?
We were just concerned.
Yo, this is gay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She was talking, you were talking, phone was ringing. What did you say?
Why can't your mother directly speak to John? Not through a message, not through text.
She can.
FaceTime.
I don't have nothing to do with her and John, though.
Well, that's why we're here.
I'm getting stuck in the middle of it.
Yes, and so are we.
So are we, and we have to figure. We have
trying
to
to get
see her. You want to just try to call her again? What's the doctor's office she's at?
Which car are you? No, the Weber Cancer Center is behind the
Bro,
home
what?
hospital.
Coincidentally, Officer Peltz would call this doctor's office.
You know what? On some real shit, she probably didn't kill her mom. Her mom probably was going through, I don't know. Maybe she had a sickness with cancer, didn't have that long to live. Shawty ain't want to wait. She wanted to still get that money going. It could be multiple things. Like, she probably didn't kill her, but she definitely kept her there. Because it was a situation with a boy that did that. My lady kept her son hidden in a fucking trash can in the basement just to keep the disability checks going. So I don't know if it's the same thing or what, but it should sound like the same thing. I don't know.
And yet again, Patricia was nowhere to be found. Officer Pelt knew something was off and decided to call in Detective Jarabix to question Carol officially and confront her about her growing list of lies.
Grandson doesn't live here.
Okay.
If this does go downhill and she starts making any admissions, let's stop, get her to the station. We'll do a search warrant, whatever we have to do for the house. But if she starts,
Do you want to do a consent to search first, so we can gather in the house first? Does she have consent?
yeah, let's start out with that.
She's already let me go through the house.
Did you go through the garage?
I have not been through the garage.
Check the cars.
Yeah, I just went through the house. This could go south quickly. So she's at her breaking.
Okay.
This is Detective Garabix.
Excuse me.
Yes. Hi. So we're gonna, if you don't mind, we'll get consent from you to search the house to see if there's anything that would lead us to think of who she may have went with. Help you out, figure out where she went. She didn't tell you otherwise, right? You're under the impression she was supposed to be with her sister.
Yes.
That's what she told you.
Who lives in the house?
I do. My mom and this little girl over.
Has she done this in the past?
My mom doesn't tell anybody what she does.
But your son seemed to be concerned that she was in her.
What's on John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she tells you that she's with her sister.
That's got me.
It's concerning, correct?
That's got me worried. I'm not worried, but aggravated.
She's not answering her phone calls. The people that she says she's with, she's not.
That's got me aggravated.
I won't feel right.
That's not why you're aggravated. You're aggravated because they're on to you. You're getting caught.
I want to do my job properly and make sure that. And I guarantee when she walks back in this door and she finds out that I searched for her through her stuff to help try to find her, she's probably gonna be okay.
Bruh, the way he's like just drilling her, and she's just sitting there like, and then the music ain't making it no better. Like, bro, I would have done crack. I couldn't do no crime like that. That's too heavy. You kill your parent, bro. Your conscience is like weighing heavy on you. Gotta be a cold motherfucker to do shit like that first off, but I'm like, fine, I did it. I killed her. I would have cracked, bro. I swear to God. I couldn't. Damn, I couldn't.
Because that's what most people would be okay with, correct?
I'll open up her bedroom door so you can see her stuff or whatever. I'll lock her for you so you can look at it and whatever, or whatever you want to do. I don't want to sign anything and get in trouble.
I killed her.
Okay. Your mom left. Did she take like a toothbrush, a bag of clothes? Like she was spending the night anywhere?
Well, she had a personal thing, her coat and boots.
Yeah, does she normally sleep over people's house without,
Well, she does. She did this time, and she has in the past. Puzzles,
so
right?
she does have,
She's doing.
obviously, medical issues.
Oh yeah, she's had medical issues for a while. She takes
What I'm saying is that's also, when we're looking at somebody being missing, it's concerning because anything can happen. She's had COPD, she's had a stroke
Bro,
already.
she's just sitting there looking, knowing she killed her mama, bro. Like, what?
Out there.
You don't seem very concerned. I'm more concerned for your mom than you are. Like,
I am concerned. I've talked to her and seen her in the past 24, 48 hours. And
but now
I'm frazzled because she's lied to me about talking to my and I don't know why she would do that.
So, I mean, we're concerned because your mom left, but she didn't even pack a bag to go, you know.
Overnight, she normally won't. Even when she came out to my trailer that I was remodeling up on Hall Road.
So for like an overnight, you don't pack like just a toothbrush, a change of clothes, underwear?
Any teeth?
Obviously, something's going on here. We're fairly certain something's going on. We need to start fresh. And we need to tell you.
Yeah, because I'm getting
we need you to
irritated
tell us
myself
exactly
off of
what
that.
happened.
Your story's not ready.
Your story doesn't
Okay,
add
go
up.
through it very quickly.
You're extremely nervous.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I had the police here last night and today. Yeah.
Carol, obviously, something probably happened to your mother, right? You know something that you're not telling us.
Bro, she looks so creepy.
That's apparent to
I'm sorry.
us. We're trained investigators. We know when something's not right and something isn't right. You have many people outside of you that are concerned
She don't care.
about your mother's whereabouts.
She
Where
don't
is she
care,
at,
bro.
Carol?
She don't
I
care.
don't know, because she honestly said is what she told me when she left here.
The detectives haven't cracked Carol yet, but they're extremely close. If they can get verbal
off,
consent to
bro.
search
She
the property,
off.
they may be able to find clues to further solve the case or get
She
Carol to
off.
reveal more information.
All right, listen to me.
Look at her moving around.
You're
And
lying
she
a
can't
lot.
even sit still.
I'm now at a point where I don't believe anything you're saying. Okay. Well, I've now confirmed another part of your story that's wrong. So you need to come clean now. Let me know
Bro,
if your
look how
mother's
she's
at.
sitting.
If she's in this house or in your garage, that she passed away from natural causes or whatever it is, and you didn't want to do anything because maybe you needed some extra money for Social
Yep, I just
Security or
said
whatever
that,
it
bro.
is, we can get through it. But right now, what you're doing is you're hiding somebody who's possibly dead. Okay?
Absolutely not.
Carol, she hasn't been in this house in 2 months, 3 months.
She has. She's got dirty clothes in the laundry room. She's got clean clothes here.
Why would y'all do that, y'all people? Y'all got to stop doing that shit, bro. What the hell? Keep a dead body, bro. But crazy. You kept a whole dead body just to keep the chicks. Kept on doing that shit right. Fuck that. Keep a couple months after that report is gone. That shit
Hanging
crazy.
right there.
Ew, man. Where's she
That's-
hiding her
that's
at? Did
neither
she
here
chop
nor
her?
there.
Oh my god, my throat.
I mean,
Oh my
What's
throat.
going on?
Where did she
What's
hide her
going on
at?
in your life?
Where is
that we
she?
have to be.
bathroom.
Yeah, that's odd because she left for the night. Wouldn't she want to brush her hair in the morning?
Look at her. You don't got no man. You don't drink. You got on a fucking robe. She don't keep up with herself. She ain't kept. She probably don't shave. Like, what the fuck you need money for? Like, you're not even doing shit. Like, you're not doing shit. What do you spend money? I can see if you was I could see if she was like materialistic or something like that. She spent money on, I'm on video games or whatever like that. I have this weird hobby that I like to do and nobody can't get in between. It was the stupidest thing, but bro, like she literally just don't have shit. Literally just sit home all day. Like, do she even have a job? What the fuck? I ain't like she looked the same since they got there the first day.
Morning.
Carol was caught lying through her teeth multiple times.
Just lying,
However,
bro.
despite all of that, detectives couldn't get the consent to search her property. This leaves them in a tough situation. It's
Man,
clear
she
Carol
dumb.
is
If she
lying
got
and
that body
hiding
there
Patricia's
still,
whereabouts.
I
But
bet
with
you
no
she still got
solid
that body
evidence,
in there.
they
I
can't be
promise
certain
you
of
she-
Carol's involvement in the
promise
disappearance.
she still got
But
that
luckily, the police had a trick in mind, involving Carol's current boyfriend, Ricky. Since Ricky has been living in the house with Carol, he has the authority to give consent to areas of mutual access. In this situation, that allows officers to search the majority of the property despite Carol's objection to the
she got a
search.
boyfriend.
As long as Ricky doesn't have any involvement in Patricia's disappearance, he would have no reason to object to a search of the property.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Tell me yourself.
Not too bad, are you Ricky?
Yeah.
Okay, gonna step back here. Some of these detectives want to talk with you.
Detectives?
Yeah, what's going on? Oh,
Man,
don't
he a
talk with
sucker if you fucking you sell her out. You gonna sell your girl
So
out?
last time you saw Patricia, like physically saw her in person.
Physically saw her. It's probably been about a
Probably know she.
Would you
did,
mind
ain't
coming to the
saying
station with us? So we can just sit there and talk?
It's just
Well, we're trying to find, we want to find Patricia, but
She's not over at Citrus House?
No. How long
Cheated
have
on me? She's lied on me?
Who's lied on you?
Like Carol.
Oh, he probably knows something. Oh, he probably knows something. Like, bro, just by just how his demeanor is, he probably, bro. Oh my God, bro, that's her nigga. I know she told that nigga. Like, they look like they on the same type of time. Look at that nigga, bro. They look like they on the same type of time. Ah, man, that's some sick shit, bro. He said it as if like, did she sell me out knowing that she did it type shit. Like, that's how he said that shit. They both was a part of it. I bet you they both was a part of that shit.
Because she's the one that told me that she was at her sister's house.
Thankfully, it seems as though Ricky has no idea of the crimes. More importantly, he would agree to a search of the property, granting them access to most of the home. If they discover anything serious, they'll need a search warrant to investigate it further, but a cursory look around the property is now fully legal. They begin by searching her backyard and cars.
How do you take 20,000 children in the middle of New York City without anybody seeing?
Someone's got to search the inside. Who's with her?
Help.
Huh?
Help's with her. Oh, Help's with her.
Huh? Supposed to be my...
Old fake nasty cars.
After coming up empty in the backyard, they check the last remaining spot. Carol's garage.
Boyfriend's here.
Just want to look up here real quick.
You open that?
Should fit in here.
I mean...
Ooh, bloody.
Oh. Alright. Bloody towels. They're
Oh,
in
he
here.
found
It's all... She's in there.
She's in the house.
Oh, she's in there.
Open it up. Let's see.
Well, hold on. I don't know. Well, hold on.
I don't know. I'm not just... Nah. I don't. He's looking. He's looking at it. Nah, nothing. I think I opened up that grave then and it's full of bloody towels. And it stinks like a dead body.
Hey, King.
Swear to God.
Bro.
You gotta get the search warrant.
Huh? For what?
If it's in there, Bodecker wants us.
For what?
If
We're
there's
searching for the body.
yes, if there's yeah, there's a body.
Where?
You see the legs from the far corner.
Okay.
Goes back sure. I'll go get the thing up there.
Somebody said he was back here. But he needs to. Everybody needs to. That's a boyfriend. He just showed up. They've been looking for him.
Bro, I guarantee you, she didn't do that shit by herself, bro. Nah, she's a woman at the end of the day. You know, to break a bone, that shit takes strength. Either they did it together or he did it by himself. But either way, he knew about it. He knew about that shit, bro.
Hi, Lieutenant. I just opened up a big plastic storage bin and it smelled really bad. It was full of blood and towels, and you can see a body in there. So that's kind of where we're at.
All right. We hook her, bring her in. What about
Everybody was saying, people, the brothers, we need to find out what they were telling officers, because they were saying he was like in the back there yesterday and was coming and going. Somebody might have seen.
There
Yeah.
is still moisture on the top of that. I open it, there's still moisture on the top, so that's not been in there long.
And they were somebody we got to talk to over there. They said, yeah, you know, the door was open yesterday and he was coming and going, and then all of a sudden his car was gone. This dude? Whose boyfriend is he?
This is the girl with Carol's.
The mom, the daughter.
I say we bring him in.
Yeah.
Not only had they found Patricia's deceased body in the storage bin, but the body still wasn't dry, meaning the murder couldn't have been more than 2 months ago as John originally suspected. This terrifying scene couldn't have made the truth more clear. Carol Ray had killed her mother and had been covering it up for weeks. However, she may not have been the only one involved in this. Ricky had been staying at the house for months now, and the cops believe he had to have known about the murder if he'd been living beside it the entire time. With this in mind, police placed Carol under arrest immediately and detained Ricky too.
Carol, go ahead and stand up for me. Throw on James Vanderbeck, okay? Think you know where we're going, but I suggest you think about what you need to tell us, okay?
I might have my knife on me over there.
Following Carol and Ricky's arrest, both would sit in a jail cell while they waited for detectives to arrive at the station. Multiple hours later, they would bring Carol in for her first interrogation.
Obviously, Carol, we're here to talk to you about what's going on here. The further we let this keep rolling, the further it's going to get without you being able to, shed some light on this, okay?
The goal for this interrogation is not to get Carol to confess, because she obviously did it, but to determine a motive and figure out if Ricky was also involved.
You might say something and it comes out wrong or something like that. You want it because it was an accident. I'm just doing so I explain the process.
If you explain the truth, and it will come out as the truth.
I don't believe so.
I can't give you advice. If you want to tell your story, you can tell it how it is. I don't have to ask you any questions. If you want to get it out, you can do that. At the same time, once I tell you your rights, if you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk.
That night, we were sleeping between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning, and I heard loud banging. My daughter and I were sleeping in the middle of the back, and my mom was sleeping on the couch. Anyway, there was a big crash, and it sounded like someone was breaking through the glass window or breaking down the door in the living room. I grabbed my gun. I went running down the hallway and had my finger on the trigger like an idiot. But I went, not running, but walking fast down the hallway. And I hit with my right foot to the and I stuck to that wall, like snapping my hand like this, and it went off. Doing things, and I shook her shoulder, and then I heard gurgling. And I screamed, "Mom!" and pulled her on the floor, and I noticed that she had blood coming out of her mouth. But I thought somebody had broken a window or something like that. There was a huge, loud crash.
If a suspect is highly emotional when recalling an event, they will often have trouble remembering certain details in that moment. You'll often notice the suspect unable to form full sentences and stuttering in their speech. But Carol shows none of this. While crying, she manages to form a detailed timeline of how she killed Patricia. This implies that her story of events may be inaccurate, and the murder wasn't a mistake like she claims. Now that they've heard it, however, the detectives would be able to search for evidence that explicitly countered this story, and that didn't take them long at all. The very next day, they brought Carol back out of her cell and into the interrogation room again. Throughout this interview, see if you can spot the information that the detectives found specifically for this conversation, and watch how they use it to break her story apart.
Going off of what you said yesterday, I know you said you're walking down the hallway, you heard a noise, get the gun in your hand, the Ruger. You're walking the owls right there, you tripped. The gun, use your finger on the trigger, and the gun went off, correct? You saw your mom bleeding, and then, I think you said you saw me out of her mom.
Frankly, I went on and it freaked me out, and I dropped it, and it shoulders, all her name, underneath. It was just that he was just gurgling sound.
The cops are clearly trying to come across as understanding and compassionate to Carol, but if their main goal was to make her feel comfortable, they wouldn't have sat her in the corner of the room and positioned themselves between her and the door. They want to eventually make her feel so cornered and pressured that she lets go of the truth. So for now, this nice guy demeanor is a complete act for the detective to build rapport, as he tries to get her to talk as much as possible.
So after that happened, obviously we found your mom in a container in the garage. Now, obviously my concern is kind of understand how she got there, but you gotta explain to me, because to me it seems like you're back and everything, that you can do this by yourself. So can you walk me through? I understand, obviously, panic.
Edie has affected my confidence. My wife, Sherry, says it doesn't matter, but it matters to me.
Everything's sense, and you're freaking out, and it's your mother you love, right? And so, baby's waking up. Okay, kind of walk me through the minutes after all that happened. Let me ask you this: was Ricky there that night? I don't. You don't have to give them. You don't want to.
Remember, an important part of this interrogation was to figure out if Carol's boyfriend Ricky was also involved to any extent. At the moment, Carol is claiming that he wasn't on the scene at all, as they'd recently had a number of arguments. The cops would have a chance to interview him later on, but for now, there's one question regarding him that they just can't seem to get their heads around.
Okay, so Allison was leaving with you. Ricky wasn't there. Fence was off. Here's the baby waking up. What happened next? Did you leave your mom on the couch? Did you move her somewhere else? Okay. I understand that. Very hard to notice. Obviously, you're operating under panic, right? I mean, I can picture myself in a situation, panic, you got your daughter there. Where did you move? Where did you move her from the house to where first? We found her in the garage. She moved anywhere before the garage. Directly in the garage. Okay, so this is where I'm concerned with Ricky, your mom. And I know this is a hard detail to get through. Picking up your mom, there's no way to pick her up. How did you do that?
Didn't I tell you she didn't do that shit by herself? That's a whole woman, bro. A dead body. I don't care how small. But her mom was probably pretty small enough to fit in that container, but not enough for her to live, because that's dead weight. She not lifting that shit. He did it.
By yourself. You're saying Ricky got that. Did Ricky come over and help you have him help people? Are you afraid of fellas? Are you afraid of Ricky? You don't have to feel afraid. You're afraid of problems. You're scared, are you?
Carol remained completely silent for almost 30 seconds after she was asked this question. The cops are right to assume that she's scared, but it might not be for the reasons they think. She could be scared of Ricky and the consequences of implicating him in the crime, but she could also be terrified of the situation she's in. She's going to jail for a very long time. There's no escaping that anymore, and that's a scary reality for her. Whatever the reason is, though, the cops are still doing their best to give her a moral excuse or justification for what she did, so she'll talk a little more. She panicked, and anyone would have done the same. The best thing she can do to make things right is to tell them exactly what happened.
I mean, people panic. People make mistakes. Yeah, I mean, you know what happens most often than when you flee from an accident, it happens all the time when people panic, right? Let's say someone gets in a car accident and they smash into a car and they take off, and they ends up dying. They hear them on the news, and then the lies keep going, and they're like, shit, I should have stayed, but I didn't, right? That's the mistake that you made. I should have, but I didn't. I don't want to keep revisiting, but I have to. How did you get the toad out of the cheetah fence, all that stuff in the garage? Is it possible somebody else can move it for you?
The cops are really focusing on Carol's inability to physically move Patricia to the garage, as to
Exactly.
them, it was a
She
clear
didn't do it
sign
by
that somebody
herself.
else had to be involved.
Exactly.
But at this point, they're not getting anywhere. Unfortunately, this isn't conclusive enough evidence to implicate anyone else, and it's not getting Carol to talk. But that's okay, because the detectives have one piece of evidence that they've been saving for this very moment.
The
That
knife.
could prove without a doubt that everything Carol said so far has been a total lie.
The other thing I wanted to bring up is they obviously did an autopsy on your mom. They found some puncture wounds in her neck, 3 puncture wounds. Not a old scar, but actual fresh puncture wounds in her neck. How did those get there? You know?
I bet you the boyfriend was abusing her. I bet you that boyfriend was abusing her, bro. I bet you, and she sat there and let the man just abuse a little old lady, bro. Just mean. She mean. She. You ain't been nothing to your kids already. You meet a boyfriend that's like, bro, you don't do right by your kids, bro. You're not gonna ever prosper. You met a man that helped you kill your mom. Now you in prison. And I guarantee you he coerced her into doing it. Like something happened. I don't know. Something had to happen, right? He probably coerced that shit. I don't know.
Never
Probably
anything
did, I
after
don't
the
know.
fact. Not saying you were killing her, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, I don't know, maybe throughout the sleep she was suffering or anything like that. Because here's what I don't want to get caught up. Is that once they tell us exactly how deep they were, if it was a cause of death, it should be a cause of death. It could be really bad. We have to get everything out here now to try to do something with those wounds that don't cause those wounds or anything like that. So I would just think right now, what could have possibly caused those puncture wounds in her?
I don't know if she had tucked in or anything like that. I will give it to
Preliminary, you look like my friend's fresh. Well, like fresh, but puncture because at the end of the night, there's something.
A gun accidentally going off and killing someone. Unlikely, but believable. But 2 fresh, deep knife wounds that Carol hasn't mentioned a single time? It's going to be extremely hard to explain this one away. Not only does this imply the murder was completely intentional, but the fact that Carol hasn't mentioned it means that she knew that was the case and wanted to try to cover that part up.
And again, I don't want to put words in your mouth, don't want you to implicate anybody that's not implicated. That'll get you in more trouble. That'll get you in more trouble. But as we sit and investigate and continue to investigate in the days and weeks, months to come, more things are going to come out. I'm pretty certain of it. Right now, eventually what happened.
That's my knowledge.
The right now your mom was in that. And
Not that I know, I didn't tell them.
say anything too that needs you to believe that you know? Did you actually not have a mistake? Did you actually need a choice? Well, I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, do you understand where, when these things can be answered, at the time, not. Can I ask you this? What's going on with control? Did you freak out after you shot her and she was still breathing and you wanted to make sure that at this point, no good for her to be like this?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't know. Absolutely not.
Did maybe you kind of suffer to see, like, it sounds terrible, but like, is she alive? Is she saying how?
I know, not so wrong.
Okay.
At this point, the interrogation has been going on for over an hour, and Carol clearly
going in
doesn't
circles.
intend to deviate from her story
when I tell
despite
you,
all
bro,
the new
she-
evidence. The detectives are still no closer to obtaining a confession or any information about Ricky from her.
Let me tell you why she's so good at this, right? She done contemplated this. Her and her dude done talk about what they gonna do, whatever in the third. They done talked about what they gonna do. They plotted on this. This was very much so contemplated. This was thought about all the way through. Because she knows every answer. She knows how to answer. She knows what to say. She's going back. Like, this is definitely contemplated, thought out. He done put her on game on what to say, bro. Like, he definitely was behind it. I knew the moment he was like, what did she say? She said what did she say? She said I did.
So they figured they've got no choice but to speak to the man himself. So later that day, they bring Ricky in for an interview of his own and attempt to get the truth out of him, whatever it may be.
I ain't gonna lie, even though, see, I don't know for real. Like, I don't know who did all the talking. Like, I don't want to say he innocent, because he helped kill her. But he gonna crack easily, just by how he just was so quick. Oh, she said what? Oh. I feel like they could easily like manipulate the situation with him a little bit more than her. Cause see, her, she's like, everything's down to a science right now. Like, even when she fuck up, she got like something to help support that detail or whatever. Oh, the doctor. Oh, she got other doctor's appointments. She got this one. She got that one. It's like, I can't doubt her because it sounds believable. But him,
you have any idea what's going on? No, I don't. You have nothing. Somebody at the house said something about Patty living out at her sister's house where Carol was telling you that she's sad. When was the last time you physically seen Patty? You guys call her Patricia? Yeah, Patty, Patricia, and then we call her Patty. I physically seen her about it was like a month and a half ago. It was before Thanksgiving. How often do you stay at the house during this? Every day. I've been there except for
I know he lived there every day.
He's the night from home to my mom's house. So you've been staying there every day? Yeah.
Already, Ricky is being much more open and giving much better.
Yeah, man. I promise you. You know, every parent, every child got a little bit of their parent. I mean, I'm not gonna say the old lady was full innocent, because they probably had a very estranged relationship. I'm not gonna put everything on the door. I'm not gonna put everything on Carol, but the mom probably had a little spicy attitude. When you older, you have no tolerance for nothing. You're gonna say whatever comes to mind, however you feel. You're gonna say it, and I guarantee you, she bashed that dude every day. Just bashed him every day. Just talk nasty trash shit. And I bet you if you ask the kids, they'll probably tell her she has a good bond with the grandkids. It's always like that. You always got a good bond with the grandkids and stuff like that. But he didn't like her neither. That's why it was so easy for him to do it. He ain't had no thoughts about it. Like, let's kill her. We should just kill her, collect insurance money. That's some shit a nigga would say. That's some shit you put a girl on. No woman gonna think of a crime this deep and do it. Like, that's too serious. She probably, you know, she been dealing with her. She know her mom been an asshole all them years. You ain't there now to do it. You had to help. You had to, alright, bruh.
Better answers to all of the detective's questions. He also seems exceedingly calm and as though he's just trying to help the officers out. Right now, he definitely isn't coming across as a murder accomplice or blackmailer, but there's still plenty of time for the cops to catch him out.
What about Carol? Does she have a job? Does she go anywhere? What does she do with most of her days? Most of her days, keeping Allison.
Ever downloaded a mod that completely wrecked your PC? That's why I use WeMod. I've been using WeMod for a long time.
I'm busy cleaning the house, doing what she can. But she needs some major surgeries. Any financial issues with you or Carol or Patty or anything? Nothing. Carol took care of the bills. Do you know where she got the money to if she's not working? She said she had a joint bank account with her mom. Carol been acting strange or suspicious to you or different? She's bipolar, so I always said that she was the world's greatest actress because I can't tell when she's being sincere or not. That's in addition to bipolar. They're impulsive liars, and I've been caught a lot of her webs before. I've been telling her she's been feeling more distant. Ricky, I mean, I don't really necessarily know you, obviously, but you seem pretty nervous to me. What's going on? Is there something you're nervous about?
I mean, I'm nervous about anything.
Where did you sleep when I was
Mostly in the bedroom. Carol?
Carol's bedroom? Where did,
Sometimes I'm
where did Allison sleep?
mostly in her bedroom.
Let me ask you about the garage. You ever go in the garage?
Yeah.
Never?
Hardly ever.
When's the last time you think you were in the garage or at the Crangers?
I think we went to go look for a screwdriver. Jeez, I don't know. I think it was early December. It's been 4 weeks.
Did she have you go and look for it, or?
No, she came with me.
Compared to Carol's interrogation, this
No,
one
she
seems
came with you.
extremely laid back and relaxed. It feels as though there's a big chance Ricky genuinely just doesn't know what's going on. However, the cops do pick up on the fact that he's a little nervous.
Yeah,
He's finding
I
it hard
told
to look the detectives in the eyes, and
Bro, I told you, bro. He's nervous, bro. I told you. Look at him. Look at him.
he seems a little soft-spoken. So, to
telling
clear
you.
things up fully, they decide to put the pressure on big time to see if he breaks.
Ricky, we got a problem. We got a real big problem. I think you know what it is, and I think you need to be honest and upfront with us. So we're going to give you the opportunity now. Tell us what really happened.
That's what happened.
What happened?
What I told you.
I'm not talking about the little details we've been asking. I'm talking about with Patty.
Patty, she's been at her sister's house as far as I know.
We know Patty's deceased. Patty's got a gunshot wound.
I did it. I swear to God, bro. I would have been on that type of time, bro. I did it. Fuck that.
Because here's the thing, Ricky. There's investigative tools we have. We're going to find out exactly when she died, where you were when she died. Which I'm betting you were in that house, and you know exactly what happened.
Bro, look at the way he said.
Patty. I'm not saying you had a problem with her. I'm not saying that at all.
He's
I'm
scared of
saying
that woman, bro. I'll be
you
scared
know
of her too. She was
something.
I don't know anything. I swear. You don't know this woman.
Bro, you were the woman that killed her mom. And you know she killed her mom because you helped her. You know if you ever, like, bro, she would kill you. Like, bro, I could not be with no killer, bro. You kill somebody. Not for no, like, on some creepy shit. Like, if you had to do what you had to do, I understand that's different. But killing somebody for real, like, on some Michael Myers type shit, no, hell no. I wouldn't be talking to your ass. No, you a killer. You done killed you killed your parent? I know you would kill me, bro. No hesitation.
This woman, Carol, she has fun with my head. She has cheated on me behind my back without me knowing about it. The only way I found out about it was tripping over stuff, finding it on accident. Her showing me something on her phone, and then all of a sudden, I love you too, baby, pops up on her phone.
Why are you with her?
We went to counseling this year, tried to make things work.
Look how he need a place to stay. He's a bum, he's a leech. That's what it's given. I popped her on the phone. You were all angry. They was like, why are you with her? Oh, we going through counseling. You need a place to stay. That's really what it is. That's why he was so eager to get rid of that woman, because he's saying some days he got to sleep on the couch, meaning that lady don't like him shacking up in the room with her daughter. You know, back in the days that's called shacking. She wasn't with that. She getting irritated. So
I love her, I love the house, and she's like, oh.
Cause she wanted romance to come over.
This is not the reaction a guilty person would give in this position. He's never defensive and he never gets annoyed. He just tries to explain things exactly as they are. He's not upset that he's been caught. It feels like he's upset that he'd ever be accused of this. He also gave a few pieces of information that could be backed up by the detectives, such as the facts that Carol had been cheating on him and that they'd been in therapy. In just 5 minutes, detectives went from assuming him to be the main accomplice to completely discounting him as a suspect. Carol, however, completely stayed in the spotlight, and it was eventually assumed that she acted alone and with intent in Patricia's murder. It was determined that Carol killed Patricia all the way back in November and hid her body for roughly 2 months before John had caught on to her act. Although Carol never verbally confessed to the crimes, she was charged with first-degree murder, felony use of a firearm, and larceny of $20,000 or more. She faces life in prison. Ricky was let go with no charges.
Reach out to Lost Connections and uncover their family legacies. Find
Listen, man, that man was just doing what he had to do. He ain't, bro probably was just like, man, I just wanted a place to stay. You know, free pussy every now and then. Oh, chill. You know, woo woo. You want to kill your mother? This is not what I signed up for.